Okay, so we're gonna be focusing on exercises to help promote bending forward, so your trunk flexion, so you can reach your hands to your toes while keeping your legs straight. So keeping the legs straight, and all you're trying to do is lean forward so you can touch your toes. So to begin, we're gonna be working from the bottom up. We're gonna be working on your calves first. So with your calves, you got a couple exercises. Just stand up and hold on to something. You have 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. You can have both knees bent and lean forward. And the back leg on this exercise is the one getting a stretch. And just make sure to do both feet. So with your knees bent like this, you'll feel it in the Achilles area. Now, if I have the back leg straight, I'm gonna be feeling it in the calves. So you got bent knee, that'll be your soleus getting stretched, but you'll probably be like, oh, I feel that in my Achilles. But yeah, your soleus muscle, part of your calves getting stretched. And then with your legs straight, that'll be your gastrocnemius, so your calf muscle too, getting stretched. Then, if you have some kind of slant board, that helps you out, but if you don't, have your heel on the ground, your toes on the object, and lean forward. So you can do this up against the wall and stretching your calf just like that. So anytime your toes go pointing towards you, usually you're getting a calf stretch. So again, you just got your heel on the ground, your toes on the object, and lean forward. So you get a stretch on the calf on that one. Next, if you have a strap, you're gonna wrap it around your foot, right beneath your toes, have that leg nice and straight. You're gonna bring your toes towards you. So let me get that a little bit down there. Okay, and then you're pulling towards you. If you want to also make it a hamstring stretch, you're gonna lean forward too. But right now we're just gonna be focusing on the calf getting stretched. So pulling that towards you. Then lastly, I just gotta go to the stair machine or the treadmill, just so you get the picture, but you're gonna drop your heels off the edge of it to stretch your calves. So let me grab the phone and, okay. So if you had stairs or a book or something at home, this is just to get the idea or the picture. So you're on the edge of the step with half your foot. Just hold on your kitchen counter if you're doing this on a book or something, or a stool. You're just holding on. You're gonna let your heels drop to the floor. Get a little bit closer. And keep that body up. You don't wanna tilt that butt back. So keep that body up and the heels drop and get a stretch. And that's pretty much it. Then that's just right on the stairs, and you would just do the same thing on treadmill. Like I said, you just need something to put half your foot on and let your heels drop to the floor to get the stretch while keeping your body up nice and straight. And then another thing you can do, just to also improve your dorsiflexion range of motion, so that also helps your plantar flexors being a little bit more mobile. All you're trying to do is lean forward, getting that knee over the toe, and if you need something to hold on to. But the higher, right there. And then you can keep the back foot flat, and that'll also be getting stretched. If your heel comes up, the back foot isn't getting stretched. So you got 1 foot on a higher platform and lean a little bit forward, keeping both feet flat. For also dorsiflexion range of motion with forward lunges on a platform. So that should be everything. We did the standing, soleus, and gastroc. The sitting, or you can do laying down, just the strap around your foot and pull. Standing on a book or a stool, a stair, a treadmill, just half your foot on it and let the heel drop. And the forward lunge on an elevated step. So that should be pretty much it as stretches that you can do by yourself at the gym or at home for ankle calf mobility. And next we just have to follow up the leg, going towards your hamstrings next. Going to be a couple sitting down hamstring stretches. So you have one leg straight, other leg bent. You're going to keep that body nice and straight. So as you lean forward, try to stretch the calf and the hamstring. Since your toes are pointing up towards the ceiling, you'll be stretching your calf too, and your hamstring as you lean forward. If you want to put a little bit more tension into it, put your hands on your quadriceps, not on your knee. So lean forward and get a little bit more pressure in the back of your leg. So this would be seated hamstring stretching with your foot on the ground. And to advance it a little bit more, you can also do it sitting with your foot on a platform. So say if you have another chair at home just to put your foot on, and you lean a little bit forward, you'll feel it a little bit more. So same idea, I don't want you to slouch, so keep that posture up nice and tall, and then lean forward, and you don't have to do too much to feel it. So that'll be hamstring stretch with your foot on an item. And if you want to make that even tougher, so if you can't reach your toes with your hand, just use the strap you had earlier to wrap it around your foot. So put it right around your foot. Got the loops inside it. It around. Again, so you're gonna lean forward and pull. So you feel it in the hamstring and your calf with this one, so you'll feel it a bit more. And then after that, you have standing hamstring stretch. So you'll have one leg straight while the other one is bent. So this one's gonna be straight, this one's bent. You're gonna bring your hips back. So you're trying to get that hinging motion like you wanted to sit down, and right back up. Just kind of going back and forth with it, trying to get the stretch. And that should be a decent angle for the video, keeping the legs straight, the heel on the ground, toes off the ground, pointing the ceiling. Bring your hips back and your upper body forward to feel that in the back of the hamstrings. And then after those, I'm gonna go over an item called Castle Flex, an expensive item. So to modify it, just use like a bath towel to get the same idea. Called Castle Flex. Quite expensive, but it does the job. So you're gonna unwrap it. You have a hole there, that's where your heel is gonna go in. And then all this extra padding is gonna be for the bottom of your foot. So as you pull it, the bottom of your foot and your toes get into extension, so even pulling more to stretch your calves. And then also stretching your hamstrings more as you keep your legs straight. So I'll show the side view. You're gonna put the heel right into that hole. So just like that, you can have one leg bent while the other one is nice and straight. You're going to kind of pull the Castle Flex towards you to get some tension in the calves and hamstrings. So as you pull, the toes are going towards you, so that's stretching the calves. You're gonna straighten that leg, so I have it straight, and pull. And you're gonna be stretching your calves and your hamstrings. But you can do the same thing with a bath towel. Just wrap your foot around it so your whole foot is getting pulled, like the toes and everything. So just put the heel through that hole. You got the toes getting pulled towards you, stretching the calves, and then straighten out that leg to stretch the hamstrings. And that's pretty much it with the castle flex for calves and hamstrings. You can do other movements with it, but I'll just leave it at that for now for this video. And then you got the hamstrings sitting, standing, laying down. So it should be good with those. And then next we're gonna go upwards the body. So first we did the ankle and calves pretty much. We did the hamstrings. Now we're gonna be doing the glutes. So let me pause this. Okay, so for leaning down to your toes, we did the calves, we did the hamstrings. We're gonna go up towards your glutes next. So this will be like glutes and hips. So first one is gonna be a supine figure 4. So let me do, which way would help you guys? Here, maybe this way. So laying on your back, you're gonna bring one foot up towards the other thigh. Now, if you can't do that, you can always straighten your leg out a little bit more so the knee isn't as high and it's easier for you to bring that leg up and over. But if you can do it just as bringing the foot up to the thigh, just like that, you'll see how there's like a figure 4. You'll use your one hand closest to your knee. You're gonna push down on that knee. And if you can get a little bit more closer to you and pushing down. Same idea as the other stretches. Try to do for 30 seconds and do both sides. And you would just do them a couple times. If this becomes too easy for you, I'll show you sitting, then I'll show you another one laying down to go even more advanced. And then we did supine figure 4, doing the external rotators getting stretched. So next, piriformis. You can relax the other leg or have it bent, whichever one you find most comfortable. But you're gonna pull your knee to the opposite side of your body. So you're trying to go across, not straight like the single knee to chest stretch. So bring that knee up and over across the body. I feel better with my leg straight, but do what's comfortable for you if you like your knee bent or straight. You're just trying to do the one knee bent and crossing the body though. And feeling that right in your glutes. And aiming for 30 seconds or so, a couple times. And same idea, remember to do both hips. And just going up and across the body. So that'll be piriformis stretch for your glutes and hips. And then I gotta stop this video to move the camera for the seated figure 4 stretch. Okay, so for the seated figure 4, you're doing the same thing you did when you did supine. You just have to actually lift up that foot now. Now, if this is too easy, so remember you're gonna hold on to your foot, you're gonna push down on that inner knee, you're gonna sit up nice and tall first. Now, if that becomes too easy, you're gonna keep your body straight, but you're gonna lean forward to get a stretch in that glute and hip. And keeping that body straight, I don't want you to slouch forward. So maybe a side view to see the slouch and straightness, what I mean. So you're up nice and tall, and you're leaning forward, trying to get the stretch in that glute and hip, and get stabilized on the floor. Compared to what a slouched position like that. You're not getting the stretch, so bring your chest up And bring that body forward to feel that depth in the glute and hip for the figure 4. Then we'll do supine figure 4 and bringing your knee to your chest. So let me stop this video first. Okay, so for supine figure 4 stretch with single knee to chest, gonna lay down and put one foot on the other thigh knee area. So bringing my one foot on top of the thigh knee area, like the figure 4 stretch. But now you're gonna put your hands behind the knee that's bent and still on the floor. So bring that knee to you, reach behind your knee and pull. And then I'll do a different angle so you can see again what I mean by grabbing behind your knee and going through the triangle. So, just for example, let me do this one. Got the triangle that you saw before. Put your hand outside and inside the triangle. Clasp them behind your knee and relax your head and bring that knee up towards your chest. Same idea as the other stretches. Hold it for about 30 seconds. Do both hips and do them a couple times each. So we did the hips, piriformis and seated figure 4, different styles. And then we're going to continue external rotation and internal rotation with the hips. So I'm gonna just do this one. Lumbar trunk rotation, you got your knees bent. All you're gonna do is side to side. So side to side. That'll be for internal rotation for your hips. And if you wanna add a little bit more, put one foot on the outside of the knee and it'll help push that one down a little bit more. And just holding it for about like 5 seconds or so. And then just up and over. And same thing. So internal rotation, lumbar trunk rotations with a little bit of overpressure with your foot for internal rotation. And then external rotation, you're gonna bring your feet together and use your hands to push down. If you feel like you can do more, I'm gonna do a thing called the butterfly stretch. So have your body up against the wall, feet together, looking up straight ahead and pushing down on your inner thighs. So just butterfly stretch for external rotation. And also the inner thigh, your adductors. Okay, so we did the hips, the glutes, since the glutes are the hips pretty much. Inner thighs for the adductors. Next we'll work on the lower back. So, you probably heard of this before called the cat-cow. So you'll be on all fours. So you'll be doing trunk flexion and trunk extension, just alternating back and forth. So go on all fours with your hands under your shoulders, knees shoulder width apart. You're gonna arch your back like a cat, kind of when they do that hissing motion. Do that just a couple seconds and keep your head down. And then you're gonna bring your head up and arch your lower back for extension in a couple seconds and alternating back and forth. So for lower body, trunk extension. And then you're doing trunk flexion, going back and forth. And do about like 2 to 3 sets of 10 of these, going back and forth. Okay. And then you got child's pose. You can reach forward. If you can't get on the ground and do this, I'll show you just standing back extension and standing child's pose. And just getting up from the ground. So, standing trunk extension, you just got the hands on your lower back, legs are straight, and leaning backwards, just about 3 seconds or so, and right back to normal. And then leaning back, hands behind your back, and just leaning back. So that'd be trunk extension. And then standing child's pose, just pretend this windowsill is your kitchen counter or a table, just closest thing by me. So hold on to that kitchen table or so as you walk backwards, and get your head right in between your arms and hold that for about 30 seconds. And then say 30 seconds happens, you just walk yourself right back up. So we did the glutes, hips, the lower back, back extension, cat camel. We did the standing child's pose. And we did all the calves. If you want to try something else also for the bottom of your feet and your calves, going to be doing toe extension. So you could do this sitting down in your chair. All you're trying to do is use your one hand to pull your toes towards you, since the toes, bottom of the feet, and then bottom feet go into the calves. Just to also help that dorsiflexion and the toe, well, I'll say the bottom of the foot, mobility, to also help stretch when leaning forward to reach your toes. Same idea, doing that for about 30 seconds, and then you would just do the same thing, just switching feet. So we did the bottom of the foot, we did the calf, we did the hamstring, we did the hips, the glutes, the lower back, got thoracic extension. So you can do this with a foam roller or sitting in a chair. So laying down, you got that foam roller on your back and just leaning backwards, getting into thoracic extension. And right back up. Okay, and then you should have a little bit more mobility to try to touch the floor now. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight, but now you got a good toolbox for the stretches to do daily to improve your range of motion with your forward bending. So later on in the future, keep your legs nice and straight. Oh, the other thing, so let me add that now. You want to get used to hip hinging. So let's try that first. Pretend this is a light weight. This is not heavy at all, but have like a broomstick or something. Let's say your back is against the wall. Put your one foot in front of the other, and then bring your feet side by side. So now you should have a good distance. So you'll bend your knees. You can bring the bar forward as you hinge